Okay, this is not gonna be a very long video, but I want to point out something and I want to encourage people to use their heads. That's right. I want to encourage you to use your brain and literally think about something. See, David Icke's talking about 9/11 here. Okay, so we're talking about 2002. Yeah, we're talking about 18 years ago. We also know that David Icke for a lot of years was called a nut job, what have you. He sure was. He was considered a nut job and he was going around speaking out about New World Order, blah, 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 right? Now, of course, a lot of us already know that this guy's an employee of the establishment. Where else do you think he gets his information from? He's the guy that was chosen to come up and tell you, 70% truth. Yeah, to tell you lots of truth, but also tell you propaganda. Now, but I want to point something out for all of you non-sayers who want to say, oh, no, 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 no. This guy's telling the truth. Look at all the stuff he said that over the years that's materialized. Yeah, we used to think he's a nut, but as we wake up, we realize he's a good man. He's telling the truth. Let's hurry up and buy his books because this guy's so intelligent. And we believe his official story about being in the bookstore and walking over to an area of books that he don't even read, and just all the knowledge came to him, man. It just all came right to him, just magically. But anyhow, let's listen to this part right here. I'm gonna point something out. Believe me, it ain't gonna be very long. We're not gonna be playing the whole video, okay? We don't have to.
Robert Mueller, Russiagate and all that stuff. He was actually appointed head of the FBI 2 weeks before 9/11, right? Which I feel it in me water wasn't a coincidence. Anyway, he actually said, as head of the FBI, that there was not enough evidence for the 19 hijackers to being responsible to put it in a court of law, and that there wasn't enough evidence for bin Laden, right? And when I started investigating 9/11, which was basically from the day, one of the people I was in correspondence with for a book called Alice in Wonderland of the World Trade Center disaster, came out in 2002, was a guy with the strange name of Rex Toom. Rex Toom. And we corresponded a bit when I was asking questions because he was a spokesman for the FBI. And someone...
Okay, so let's point out something. Rex Toom was the spokesman for the FBI. David Icke, who's over in Israel, guys, on the other side of the world, even though he travels a lot, just happened to be friends with the spokesman for the FBI. What's the chances of that? Honestly, if David Icke was considered a nut job, which I know he was, from all the shit they pushed anyhow, right? All the news reports pushed about David Icke, anything back in these days, David Icke was considered a conspiracy theorist. The same thing I get called when I speak about NWO, even to this day. And he was suddenly just had all this money to travel all over the world and do all of these speaking tours and write all these books. Okay? And he just happened to be in contact. To the day, you heard it out of his own mouth. To the day 9/11 happened, he was in contact with the spokesman for the FBI. Really? So what's the chances of, somebody like yourself who might have questioned things? Okay, somebody like yourself, guys, any of you. Doesn't matter who you are. What's the chances of me? What's the chances of any of you especially somebody who lives overseas that's considered a nut job by the public. What's the chances of them being able to reach out and talk to and know who the spokesman for the FBI is? That's the reason I brought this up. Because see, we go back.
Right. And when I started investigating 9/11, which was basically from the day.
Which basically was from the day of 9/11. So he started investigating 9/11 on the day of 9/11, but yet he's from Israel. Or not Israel, but he's over there in the, if I get my head straight here, it's early in the morning. Okay. He's over there in freaking, oh God, I hate mind slips. Australia, there you go. He's over there in Australia. He's on the other side of the globe. Okay? And he started investigating 9/11 on the day it happened.
One of the people I was in correspondence with for a book called Alice in Wonderland and the World Trade Center Disaster, came out in 2002, was a guy.
Okay. The book came out in 2002. So was the book already prepared before 9/11? Okay. I was just wondering. Because 9/11 happened in 2002. The book came out in 2002.
The strange name of Rex Toom. Rex Toom. And we corresponded a bit when I was asking questions because he was a spokesman for the FBI.
Right. We corresponded a little bit when I was asking questions we started investigating 9/11 on the day of 9/11 or from the very beginning. Okay, we'll give benefit of the doubt. He started investigating it the day after 9/11. Okay, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And he just happens to be, living in Australia across the waters there. And he just happens to know that this book for 9/11 was wrote. Maybe you don't. But he just happens to know the spokesman for the FBI. What's the chances of you just happening to know the spokesman for the FBI to be able to reach out and say, hey, my good buddy. Come on, use your heads now. This is why I'm doing this. Here, a little short clip. I want to encourage you to use your head. What's the chances of this? What, one in a gazillion? Yeah, exactly. 1 in a gazillion.
And someone else, more recently, a few years ago now, asked Rex Toom, on behalf of the FBI, why on their page about bin Laden, most wanted terrorist, was his list of crimes, or did his list of crimes not include 9/11? And Rex Toom, on behalf of the FBI, said because there's not enough hard evidence.
Okay, I don't need to say anymore. So I told you I wasn't going to play this whole thing. I wanted to get you to use your own heads. So what's the chances, guys, of any of us starting to investigate 9/11 right at pretty much as it happened, okay, from overseas, already being labeled a nut job, okay, by a whole lot of people because you're a conspiracy theorist, okay, and you would just have the connection immediately to know the guy who's the spokesman for the FBI in a country you don't even live in. You would just happen to know them. Yeah, sure. So what's your chances of just happening to know the spokesman for the FBI when you're considered a conspiracy theorist, tinfoil wearing nut job, and you're from another country? And pretty much from the get-go of 9/11, you can be right there knowing who the spokesman for the FBI is, even though you live in Australia. Come on, what's the chances of that? That's the reason I was doing this video. Not that David Icke isn't telling a lot of truth. Of course he is. He's an employee of the establishment. He's working for the establishment. Always has been, always will be. Where do you think he gets his knowledge? Yeah. See, he's not really your friend. He's the guy they chose to tell you the truth. But the truth they want you to know. Okay? He's made his coffers rich off the elite. That's what he's done. He's their guinea pig. He's their patsy. He didn't just accidentally come up with all this knowledge. But anyhow, I wanted to point that out. So what's the chances, come on, use your head, of him being who he is, living over there in Australia, over on the other side of the water, and on 9/11, we see it happen from overseas. Oh, better investigate it immediately. Oh, immediately, I better get a hold of the spokesman for the FBI in the United States. So how many of you would know who that would be and how to get a hold of them? Like immediately like this. How many of you? See, I prompted you to use your brains. See if you understand what I'm saying. That's about it.